Hey, people of YouTube, people of the internet, it's Slippery here. And I want to thank you for checking back in on the channel. Of all the remote places in the infinite world of the internet, some of you people have found your way here, and I'm much appreciative. So I've got a couple hours this morning, and again, we've just had a blessed autumn season, and it's like 70 degrees today, and it's sunny and some clouds, but it's beautiful out. And I'm on my way to the end of the North Fork of Long Island, which is Orient Point. So it's about a 40-mile ride. I'm going to take my time and take a ride out there. I've got the drone along, and maybe there'll be some interesting things to see and film on the way. So it's basically lots of wineries and vineyards, and a small single-lane road in both directions. There's the ferry out there that you can take. Will take you across the Long Island Sound to New London, Connecticut, if you want to take kind of a shortcut and can avoid driving into the city and all the way around. So that will take you over to New London, Connecticut, and you can head up to Boston or up to Maine or wherever you might want to be going in New England. So I'm glad you're here, you're checking in, and thanks for coming along on the ride. There's some sod farms out this way as well. You can see they're cutting sod. This is cool. Wow. So this is an interesting place I've been wanting to visit, and I've read about it. Let me just park the bike here. And it's shown on the map, and the sign says Slaves Burying Ground. So from what I've read, and I think there are probably too many people unaware that there was quite a bit of slavery that was pervasive in the northern states prior to the Civil War as well. And from what I've read, this is a cemetery, and although all cemeteries are hallowed ground, this one has historical significance because apparently a number of slaves are buried here, along with those who owned them. And I guess these are the headstones of those who had owned them, and dated 1840 and 1850. And I would imagine that these rock markers are the markers of those men and women that were slaves. So it's absolutely a solemn place, and a stark reminder, I guess, of what sometimes has been a checkered history. But I'm glad that I think it's the Oyster Bay Historical Society has taken steps to preserve it and do research into it and make people aware of it. So it is quite a nice setting. And I guess it's unimaginable to us people in the 21st century to think about the concept of having lived your entire life born into servitude. And I guess we're all thankful that those days are behind us, hopefully, in most places, but there are still stories of slavery that exists in all parts of the world. So we're always working on it. Man is always evolving, trying to become better, but sometimes I think we take too many steps backwards. So we'll press on and see what else there is to explore out this way. Actually, I believe at the end of this road is down by the water, so let's take a look down there. How you doing? Wow. If you look straight ahead out there, there's a lighthouse, and it's called the Long Beach Bar Lighthouse, and it's probably a mile and a half out. And I saw it on the map when I was looking around at this place, and I thought I might give it a try to fly the drone out there. So maybe I'll give it a try and see what happens. Well, that was interesting, so I'll head out further east to the end of the North Fork to Orient Point. So I don't Yeah, this is the Orient Point ferry terminal here. And I think this goes to the end of the point. I don't know how far you can drive, but let's take a look. Here comes the ferry from Connecticut. There's a ferry going the other way. To my left is Connecticut. We're at the easternmost point of the North Fork of Long Island. So to my left is Connecticut. Straight ahead is Plum Island, the infamous Plum Island, where there's a federal scientific facility where there's 6-foot chickens and deers with 2 heads. Hello. And to my right, you can barely make out the South Fork. How you doing? So you had the same idea. It's a good day for a ride, right?
Amazing. I'm surprised I haven't seen a lot of bikes yet.
It's such a nice day. I mean, not a lot of people, I guess, even know that this is here, that you can get back here, but I'm going to go out to the end and I'm going to fly my drone.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. We overnight in Riverhead.
Oh, real? Where did you stay in Riverhead? I live in Calverton, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just get residency in. I have a lot of points.
Oh, I see, yeah. Right off the expressway there, yeah. Nice.
For work, so I have points, and we do like weekend, we use them. You know.
Okay, cool. Nice. All right. Nice seeing you folks. Have a safe ride back. So there's this Orient Lighthouse here that's right in what's called a body of water is called Plum Gut. And it's between the Peconic Bay and the Long Island Sound, and there's supposed to be a lot of shoals in between there and rough waters. So that lighthouse has been there, I think, since the turn of the century. So it's absolutely a beautiful day. You can see the ferry coming in. You can see all the way across to Connecticut, which I guess is about 10-20 miles over that way. So take a walk out here and fly the drone over to the lighthouse and take a look at it. That's one thing about Long Island. There's plenty of lighthouses, plenty of seashore, plenty of water. that was interesting. I flew the drone all the way out to the lighthouse, which I guess is only about a half a mile. But I got a message that return to home, the automated return to home feature was unavailable because of the strong wind. So that was a first. So it's not, you know, I could see the drone, so it wasn't a big deal. So you just fly it manually back. But something to keep in mind. So it told me to lose some altitude, and I did that, but the wind is pretty fairly gusty, so I guess that's something to keep in mind. You fly it out too far and you're into a headwind and you're going to run out of battery, so you always learn something new. That was fun. So we're heading out of Orient, and I'll probably swing through the town of Greenport on my way back and see if there's anything good going on there. Here's a better shot of the ferry, the Mary Ellen. I think they have 3 or 4 ferries. Have a nice day. It's actually warm. I'm almost sweating. Welcome to New York. It's like I never left it. But I guess that's for the ferry traffic. The village looks like it's busy, and this is a quaint old New England style village that was probably dates back to 19th century and before. That was established because of the whaling trade, and it still garners a lot of tourists that come through here. I think it's gotten very hipster-esque, if that's a word. Hey, how are you? Thanks a lot. Have a good one. The docks down there. Sometimes there's big ships down there, but unfortunately there's nothing today, or else I would have went down there and taken a look. But that's okay. So I passed by this Hallock Farm on my way out, and it looks like they're having a nice display of vintage tractors. So I'm going to take a look and see what's going on. Now, these are some interesting old beasts. Pretty cool. Some nice old engines.
think the tractor has a nickname, Mr. Smiley. Am I correct?
That's a sweet ride you got there. Beautiful, beautiful machine. The auto. Ah, my friend Rudy, he is an aficionado of these Ford. I forget what model they are, but I know he's restored his own, and I'm sure he would appreciate these. I think they're around, I think his is like a 38 or a 39, but I think these are about the same year, maybe a little newer, maybe same vintage, but they also look pretty cool. Actually, I mean, no, I don't think there's that many of them around. Are there? But so how long have you had it?
About 3 years.
3 years. Nice, nice. Well, thanks for showing me. This is what I need for my dirt road. I need one of these vintage old school bulldozers. Wow, how nice. 1938 and a John Deere 1955. I like this old farm wall too. I like how the seat is offset. Beautiful machines. They don't build them like they used to. I guess a museum fair wouldn't be quite complete without a Deutz Alice vintage tractor with a bubble blower and a happy young lady on board. Oh my God, this takes me back. What a beautiful truck.
Thank you.
Oh, look at the little doggy. What's her name? His name?
This is Bam Bam.
Bam Bam.
This Pebbles is under there.
Pebbles and Bam Bam. Oh, this is great. I love your truck.
Thank you.
And I would imagine it's completely stocked with ice cream, right? I have to say that was completely unexpected to come across the farm museum having an open house of sorts, and complete with some vintage tractor pulls and some vintage machinery running, and vendors and food and everything else, and it seems to be fairly well attended. So that was a pleasant surprise on my ride. So I'm going to be heading back and taking a look of if I got anything worth putting up on YouTube. Hopefully I did, and I'll edit some together. And again, as always, it was fun. you guys came by to check in. And I'll see you on the next one. This is Slip. Bye-bye, ladies. Have a good one. Thank you. Take care. The Long Island Antique Power Association. Well, that explains it. The Antique Long Island Power Association.